Well, Guamas people, my inquisitive crew. Let's have a quick chat about Love and Hip Hop Miami. Now, if you guys are watching this was just ridiculous. So you've got Trina here and Super Cindy, who, are talking about doing a album which is about Queens Don't Compete. It's Super Cindy's idea, and it sounds like it's really good. And obviously she invites Trina to come and see an artist that she rates. But tell me now why Trina decides to turn up and for all of 2.5 seconds, rude Naras and talk about, she's got other places to be. And, when she's walking down with her cousin, talking about, these shoes ain't made for this. Like, what was the point of you turning up to come with your little stink attitude? And to top it all off, that new rapper, Brinks, who was super excited to meet her, I felt bad for her because, when she said to her, Trina, nice to meet you, Trina. How are you turning back to tell somebody you're welcome? Excuse me? What do you mean? Your attitude is stink. I couldn't believe it. I would have been on the tongue, Greg Gal, because I don't know what happened to her. She's going like a shit don't stink. It certainly does. So, like, where's your humility and your respect? Like, and what's interesting, like, Trina, do your thing. Maybe you're having an off day, but it's not like you're some top-selling female rapper. Like, you're not even on the top-selling female rappers list. So, like, pipe down. There's no need to be so rude to people. I was just like, wow, this is not okay. And you can tell even her partner's a little bit miffed about it, or what everyone was. Everyone was a bit like, wow, because obviously you could tell that the attitude she came with was stink. Just don't bother on it. Just tell people that you can't make it, rather than push up your face, come with your stink attitude, make people feel uncomfortable. Just say you cannot make it. It's very simple. Well, I do wish this new rapper, Zoe, brings some luck, and, that things do pan out well for her. But, yeah, it must have been quite disappointing for her because she looked like she was really looking up to Trina, and that reception she got was not it. Now, moving on to Gunplay. My question to myself was, how did he manage to snag this Vonshay girl? She's 24 years old with a PhD. She looks really sweet, but at the same time, I'm like, she seems really smart. But, smart doesn't mean you have common sense. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm like, how are you PhD, in criminology? You want to be in federal enforcement law and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, do you know who you're married to? Do you know who you're married to? Because he has been in and out, in and out, in and out. Shake it all about. Like, what's going on? Now, her mum's letter, however, Lord have mercy. I was quite shocked to hear about this letter that, the mum here in the middle wrote to Gunplay, basically just cussing him out and cussing off his mum. So my question would be, why are you cussing off this man when really it is your daughter who decided to open her legs and who decided to marry this man? And so take up your issues with your daughter, innit? Why are you coming and throw shade at people like that? Clearly, he has got issues. Your daughter probably could have Googled him and seen that, yes, he's had substance abuse issues and been in and out of jail for different things. And his name is that for a reason. Because now, she's apparently, Vonshay was apparently, learned about his name being quite real, because she apparently is filing for divorce after apparently, there's a lot of madness that went down and he pulled out a gun on her. So I'm like, living up to his name, is he? So this is probably why your mum was probably trying to warn you off. But I get the vibe from Vonshay that maybe she just didn't pay attention because she's wanting to get out of her parents' control, probably her mum's control, which I can see from the way that they interact. That might be the case. But either way, if this is your way of trying to pay back your parents, I don't know if this is the best way to go about it. It was an interesting choice. Now, Shay, obviously, she has revealed her baby daddy now, a guy called Fable, and he's Jamaican. So I was surprised that he was Jamaican. And then she said that she's been with him on and off for like 10 years. But saying that she wants to marry him or wants him to marry her within 365 days. So I'm like, good luck with that, hun, because it has been 10 years, you said, on and off, and you've really given him a pitney now. So I'm sure he wants to probably breed you up again. But I'm not trying to say all Jamaican men are bad, because they're not all bad, but you need to just be careful what you're doing. And maybe I just feel like she's done like horse before the cart, essentially. But also, it just made me laugh when, of course, he's going to link up with the other Jamaican, Safari. But her attitude about them linking up was hilarious to me. I'm like, you sound insecure, hun. Like, what's going on? So, of course, she tagged along to see what's going on with her man. But yeah, it did give me a little bit of insecure vibes. But I do feel like, Shay was doing a little bit too much. particularly at the Sip and See event, like with Amara. You can have an opinion, that's fine, but why are you up in people's business like this to the point where you're causing a big scene at an event? You didn't need to do that. If Amara wants to open up her legs to Safari and do what she's doing, that is absolutely her business. And it just seems like you lot's friendship isn't quite the same as it was, so hence why she didn't probably tell you. But I just didn't like the whole mix-up at the end of it. It just seemed a bit extra and unnecessary. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Love and Hip Hop Miami thus far. What do you guys think?